Hello there once again, everybody, and welcome to our favorite planet, planet Earth. We are going to celebrate St. Agnes of Assisi today. And let's begin. Where should we begin? We should begin at our parish, as always, so that all of you can come along. And as we get closer, we take a little look at Flint River Road and our beautiful parish where we're celebrating St. Agnes of Assisi. St. Agnes was the sister of St. Clare. First Clare ran away, then Agnes ran away, and her uncle was so angry he sent out a group of knights to grab her, and they started pulling her by the hair and beating her, but all of a sudden her body became so heavy that 4 or 5 knights on horses couldn't do anything. So they figured, well, this must be the hand of God. So they left her alone. So eventually here you see Clare, you see her sister Agnes, and her mother Ortolana. So all 3 in the family became cloistered nuns at San Damiano. So let's take a look at the universe again. We're back here in our favorite little parish of St. Philip Benizi, and we're going to prepare our trip. But first, I'd like to show you once again where we are so you know the starting point. There's our little friary, and there's Flint River Road. And normally, in order to fly to Assisi, you have to take a plane, so we'll go to the airport. And here we are at Hartsfield-Jackson. So I'm lucky to be able to supply all of you with first-class tickets. Why should we fly in poverty when we can fly in luxury, as long as it's not costing us anything? So get ready. Normally we would go to Fiumicino Airport in Rome, but I don't think you know that Assisi has its own airport. You know that? Well, that's where we're going to go. Oh, here we are. And lo and behold, there is the airport in Assisi. You know what it's called? It's called St. Francis of Assisi Airport. And it's very close to our convent, the sacred convent where I lived for many years. And I will show it to you in just a little bit. First, I want to show you that you too can come and fly to Assisi, because it's usually run by Ryanair, but now they're using other airlines as well. So I thought I'd give you some pictures and show you how nice. See, that's the sacred convent in the background where I live. And the airport is very, very close. You can watch the planes taking off and landing from my window. And here are a number of advertisements for the airlines. Notice they always put Assisi and the sacred convent in the background so they can attract more visitors, which is only normal. All right, so here we are back at the airport. Let's go take a look at Assisi itself for 1/2 a second, and we'll see if I can take you on a little stroll, at least through part of the city, on our way to St. Clare, because St. Clare and St. Agnes are both from Assisi. They were sisters, both in the line of blood and in the line of Christ. They decided to give their lives entirely to the good Lord. And eventually, their mother also joined them. Isn't that amazing? So we had 3 women from the same family. So we're going to begin here at the Sacred Convent, which is where I lived, again, for so many years, and see if we can take a little walk, at least through part of town. I don't know if it's possible, because sometimes Google Earth doesn't allow you to do a lot of through traffic, but, well, here we are right in front of the Sacred Convent. So we'll take a spin, go up the hill. Everything is hills in the city. You're either going up or down, down, up. You see the Rye trucks there. That's the national television, preparing for one event or another. This is a great restaurant here on the corner. The fellow used to be very, very generous to us, and the food was great as well. So this is St. Francis Street, and we're walking down the road and seeing how far we can get. But I think at this point I couldn't move too far ahead because Google kept on turning me in the other direction, but that's okay. There are more than one way to skin a cat, as we know. So we'll just fly right over and go straight to the center of town and end up in the Piazza del Comune, the main square. And when we do that, lo and behold, where should we end up? But right behind the columns of none other than the center of town's church. And there we are, Santa Maria sopra Minerva. It used to be a pagan temple in the old days, but now it's a very beautiful church. One day I'll have to take you in there. Well, we're back in the center of town again, and this is the main piazza. So we're going to shoot through the piazza here. There's a little outdoor restaurant. This is on the right is the home of St. Francis. That's the church called the New Church, which is very old. But if you go inside, you can go into the house of St. Francis and see the little prison where his daddy kept him. There's also an entrance to the house of St. Francis from this street, St. Francis Street. But we'll go down a little bit here and take a quick peek around just to give you a little tour for those who have not been around as we make our way to St. Clare's Basilica, because St. Clare's Basilica is where St. Clare is buried, and also there are also the relics of St. Agnes of Assisi. So here you see the Basilica of St. Clare in all its beauty, another very old and beautiful place. As a matter of fact, before this basilica was built, they used to be called San Giorgio, and that's where the body of Francis was kept before they finished the construction of the Sacro Convento, the Basilica of St. Francis. So we're going to try and go down to San Damiano, because San Damiano is the place where St. Clare lived with her sisters, and it's a little bit difficult to get there from here, so I think we might have to take a jump over the street. Let's see, we'll go to the end over here, which is also called the Porta Nuova. You're looking at the convent of the Poor Clares. I used to be very friendly with some of them because they have what they call an extern sister, and extern sister was the one who went out extern and did all the shopping. So here you have to go down the hill, but apparently there's no Google Earth road down the hill, so I think we'll just take a jump and go straight down to San Damiano, and away we go. All right, give it a little spin. Go down the side of the hill. Actually, it's a pretty steep walk. And you do this during the summertime, you will be quite wet. I remember one time I was there for the celebration in my habit, carrying 2 cameras. It must have been 100 degrees. I came back to the friary and just took everything off and put it in the washing machine because it was soaking wet. Well, here we are. This is the convent of San Damiano. This is where St. Francis saw the crucifix that said, "I want you to go and rebuild my church." And that crucifix, right, is no longer here in San Damiano, but in the Basilica of St. Clare. But let's take a quick step down and see if we can catch the building. There we are. It looks like a little bit of an overcast day, sometime in the winter. There we are. It's very interesting. You can go in the inside and see all the rooms, the dining room. Talk about poverty, mamma mia. Those poor nuns. Well, so that's it. And If you get a chance to go someday, go, because you'll love it, but make sure you have a good pair of legs, because otherwise you're not going to be able to do it. Or if you get someone to push you, that might be just as good. Here inside the Basilica of St. Clair, you can see the tomb of St. Clair. Her body is actually covered in a wax covering, and St. Agnes's remains are somewhere in there as well. But here you're looking at the remains of St. Clair. And this is a very common practice, to cover the body with wax so that obviously the actual bones and remains will not further deteriorate. So here we are. We're going to go back to the airport now because we have time to return back home so we could have lunch. All right. So we'll shoot back to the Perugia airport, which, as I said, is known as St. Francis of Assisi Airport. And let's go there. I'll take one last peek at my room. I think I'll show it to you from the road in front of the Sacred Convent. There we are. All right, watch the little cursor. My room is right on the top, right there where the little cursor is. See that? I had a beautiful view of the entire valley, from which I was able to take all those beautiful shots of the valley, the sunset, and what have you. All right, that's enough of yada, yada, yada. Let's get back to the runway and be on our way back, because it's a long trip, as you know, almost 12 hours. Just think, one day, when they have teleporting arriving, we'll be able to do this in the same amount of time as you're seeing it here. Okay, you ready? We're going to take off and head back home. I'll give you a shot from the road, though, before we take off, so you can see that it's really a good airport and that you can drive by very closely. There we are. See the little blue road? That's where we're going to go. And there we are. This is the end of the runway with all the barbed wires. So get on board. Make yourself comfortable. You all have first-class seats. And away we go, because that was a nice time with St. Agnes, St. Clair, their mother Ortulana. Pretty good having 3 nuns in the same family. All right, get ready. Here we go. Oh, it's the ocean. Zoom. And here we are back at Hartsfield Jackson. Pretty good, huh? I thought you'd think so. And from here, we'll just take a hop, skip, and a jump back to good old St. Philip and Easy, where all the living is easy. And you could have time to go have lunch, relax, and you'll be just in time to watch the football game this afternoon, because it's still pretty early and you'll have time. And here we have our beautiful church. Give it a little spin. You can see the surrounding area. It looks very peaceful. I wish it were more peaceful. Pazienza. It's the world we live in today. Okay, so let's see. Here we are. Time to say goodbye. And I drop you off right in front of the church, okay? This is first-class service. And there we are. Well, thanks for traveling. Hope you had a good time. God bless you.